Hey, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another weekly Wears video. And if this is your first time finding my channel, my name is Gerard, and on this channel we talk about all things fragrances. We do videos just like I'm doing today, which is essentially a recap, all the fragrances that I wore for all 7 days for the week prior. And if that's content that you think you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you get an update every time I upload something new. But without further ado, let's jump right into the list, starting with Sunday. On Sunday, I reached for one of my by far favorite niche fragrances in my collection. Absolutely love this amazing scent that gets some hype, but well worth the hype. Scent I'm talking about is African Leather from Venba Fragrance. This is deceiving. The reason it's deceiving is because with leather in the name, you would expect this to be a prominent leather fragrance. But for me, this is a spicy fragrance. You have cumin in here, you have cardamom, you have saffron, amazing blend of spices. That leather is there, but it's a little bit more subtle than one might expect. Fantastic lasting power on here, great for the cooler weather. More so fall for me than winter time. I don't know, there's something in here that just sort of reminiscent of the fall weather. Could be signature worthy for any guy, and really this is somewhat unisex for me. And I think that's the approach that Venba was taking with this one, is that it's kind of walks that line of unisex. It doesn't really lean one way or the other because of the use of spice there and the subtle edge of the leather. Nonetheless, a fantastic scent with great lasting power. And yes, a little bit more expensive, but for me, this is worth the price tag. It's exceptional quality, it is exceptional performance, and overall exceptional perfumery, incredible scent, African Leather from Venba Fragrance. Now, this next one is a coffee-based fragrance that I wore on Monday, and initially, when I first started wearing this one, I didn't really get the coffee. I do get a little bit more of the coffee now. Scent I'm talking about is Polo Red Extreme. Now, this is many people's favorite from the line, and really rightfully so. Now, I don't like to spray this one, to be honest, guys, because this is discontinued. It's getting harder to find. It's pricier. In the air, absolutely stunning scent. You get this blood orange, this sweet citrus blended with a powdery note. And for me, a lot of times coffee and fragrances can come across a bit powdery. I believe there's also a tonka bean element here. The listed notes are ebony wood, blood orange, and coffee. Those are the only 3 notes they're giving us. However, it is more dynamic than that. It is more complex. But at the end of the day, this is a cool weather banger, incredible for the cold weather. I don't know why they discontinued something so damn good. It's, again, my favorite from the Polo Red line. Could be my favorite from Polo altogether. Incredible fragrance, getting harder to find. I will try to find an alternative fragrance to this and link it down below. If you guys know of any, drop it in the comments, because I don't know, they blew it by getting rid of this one. Longevity is pretty good. Again, cold weather scent. It holds up to the cold weather, projects really nicely for the first couple of hours, and I do find that it lasts quite a while on me. So, Polo Red Extreme from Ralph Lauren. I just did a comparison video of this one and another one from this particular line, and I ultimately chose which one I prefer over the other. So if you've not watched that video, be sure to go check it out. I will link it here. Scent I'm talking about is Viktor&Rolf's Spice Bomb Extreme. A healthy dose of spice, vanilla, and tobacco. Powerful scent. This thing is going to project. It is going to last a long time. Some people have spotty performance issues with this one. I don't know if they've gotten a bad batch or what, because I've told the story in the past. I put this on one day, was going to meet some friends in the city to watch the game, and I literally, this was maybe December, January, teens in terms of temperature, and I had to roll the windows down because I had oversprayed this, and I had to give myself a little time before I went into the bar to meet my friends. It was that powerful. It was choking me out in the car. So be cautious when you spray this one. But it also has this really nice signature spice bomb DNA. So it's going to remind you a bit of the OG. It has that sort of underlying cleanliness to it. It's subtle, but it does have a little bit of a sort of clean ribbon of freshness through it. It's mainly, I think, coming from the bergamot in here. It's a citrusy sort of freshness. It's subtle. It is extremely subtle. The spice dominates here, the vanilla dominates here, and then ultimately as this dries down, the tobacco comes out a bit more. But if you want a powerful sort of all-around wintertime fragrance, this might be it. This is not ideal for like a class setting or office. You can get away with it, but go light on the sprays. That's my experience with it. But overall, a great scent. Might be a little overhyped, in my opinion, but a good scent nonetheless. Spice Bomb Extreme from Viktor&Rolf. Scent I went with on Wednesday is an absolute sleeper fragrance. I love this one, and you can find it super cheap. Scent I'm talking about is L'Odyssée Pour Homme Intense from Issey Miyake. Beautiful blend of, unlimited spice in here. But what makes it interesting is all the elements here. It is bright, it is fresh, it is warm, it is spicy. They add this incense note in here that is so interesting and dynamic. For me, this is a polarizing fragrance. I think you're either gonna love this one or just not like it very much. I get decent lasting power, lasts pretty much all day, work day for me. But the scent, this is niche level at a budget friendly price for sure. This is definitely niche level. I consider this one of the more interesting under the radar cheapies that I don't see talked about that often. If you have not tried this fragrance, I recommend you do so. It is so different than most of the fragrances in my collection, while still retaining that aspect of me wanting to go back to it. I think about it, I'm like, that one I haven't worn in a while, I'm gonna wear it periodically. It's one of those ones that I'll just spray and smell. Really love this one, and I think you guys will too. L'Odyssée Pour Homme Intense from Issey Miyake. I have to shout out my boy Danny, one of my subscribers, big supporter of the channel for a long time now. He sent this one my way, and I'm so glad he did, because this is one of the best Middle Eastern fragrance clones I have ever smelled, bar none. Scent I'm talking about is Jean Lo Immortel from Maison Alhambra. And if you have not gotten on to the sort of Middle Eastern fragrance train, you're sort of missing out. Look, there's a lot of junk out there. There's a lot of crap that doesn't smell good, that smells cheap, synthetic, and just garbage, and not even close to the original in terms of quality and what it just overall sense of that you're getting a decent fragrance. But that is not this. This is incredible. This is a clone of Louis Vuitton's Le Monsité, which is a bright, fresh, uplifting, almost blue fragrance. Incredible grapefruit here, rindy grapefruit, a little bit sweet, really mass-pleasing, masculine, versatile. This checks all the boxes. This is uplifting. It has a warmth to it, which I love. I love how warm this gets. And the best part about this one is I want to say it's around the $30 price point versus the Louis Vuitton, which is super expensive. Look, my feeling on clones and dupes is that if you have the nerve to charge $400 for a fragrance, $285, $385, whatever, that gap between the clone and your fragrance better be significant. And people think, these clones are getting better. What are they doing to get it better? When in reality, we need to be looking at the high-end designers, the niche fragrances. What are they doing to close that gap? Are they cutting costs? Are they changing their formulation to not carry as much naturals? Or, at the end of the day, they have a bottom line. They have a number they want to meet in terms of profit and expectation. So they absolutely have a hand in closing that gap. It's not just about Maison Alhambra getting better or making better clones. We have to look at these higher end brands and ask the question, are they cutting costs and just not putting out the best product anymore? And that's really up for everyone to decide. I have to say this one's absolutely incredible. Thank you, Danny, so much. Jean Lo Immortel from Maison Alhambra, and the performance, incredible, lasted all day. On Friday, I reached for one that I would call similar to the Spice Bomb Extreme, but I like this one a little more. It has an addition of a leather note, and good stuff. Scent I'm talking about is Bulgari Man in Black. And I know a lot of you guys probably hear about this one in your research when you're looking at fragrances. This pops up on a lot of lists, or at least it used to. And it's still one of those ones that I really enjoy. I find I want to wear this again in the cooler weather. There's like this strength to it. It's not as potent as the Spice Bomb Extreme. What's amped up here a bit for me is the bergamot, a little bit more of that citrus up top. And then that spice is still there. It's less vanillic than the Spice Bomb, far less vanillic, but it does have a touch of vanilla and that leather. So this is almost a little bit more of a masculine take for me of the Spice Bomb Extreme. Spice Bomb Extreme, I don't think this gets talked about a lot. That is sort of a unisex fragrance for me. It's spice, vanilla, and tobacco, and it walks that line again of unisex. This is more masculine for me, and I just find myself wanting to wear this one more than the Spice Bomb Extreme. If you guys haven't tried this one, I think you should check it out, especially if you're weighing whether or not you should buy Spice Bomb Extreme. Definitely consider this one. They smell a lot alike, but this has more masculine nuances to it. I would say the performance isn't as good on Man in Black than it is on the Spice Bomb, but I have so many damn fragrances. I'll re-up on this one. It's not a big deal. You can wear this during the day. You can wear this out in the evening. However, this does lean more towards evening, night out, date night type of scent. Incredible fragrance overall. Great for the cold weather. Bulgari Man in Black. Finally, on Saturday, this is my most recent rack store pickup. I did a video on it last week. You guys should check it out if you haven't, because I'm giving this bottle away. So in order to win this bottle, you need to be subscribed to the channel. You need to leave a comment on that video, and you need to go follow me on Instagram at Boston_accents. That will get you in the door. That will get your name in the running for none other than Deal from Man, Eau de Parfum Stardom from Mirage Perfumes. It's a mouthful. It's a long name. It's a Middle Eastern fragrance for $14.99. And these loose bottles are killing the game right now. Not all of them have been good, but most of them have been good. First thing that stood out on all of them is the atomizer. I mean, come on. Thing's a fire hose. This is a clone of IDL, L'Homme IDL from Guerlain, which I will say now that the quality isn't up to par to Guerlain. Guerlain is exceptional quality, especially for what you're paying. They are one brand that has not appeared to have cut cost. As I was mentioning earlier about these higher end brands, their role in closing the gap between a $14 fragrance and a $200 fragrance. Guerlain doesn't seem to be doing that. They seem to have a standard that they stick by, and it is incredible. And I love Guerlain fragrances. This is damn close for what you're paying. And anyone who wants a larger collection, maybe save a little dough and get close to the original, this does a fantastic job of doing that. So you should not feel bad if you want to buy a $15 fragrance from Marshall's to get in the ballpark of something like a L'Homme IDL fragrance from Guerlain. You shouldn't. But this is great, and I really enjoy this one. And I know these are harder to find, which is why I want to do the giveaway on it. I'm grabbing these when I can. I have a couple others in the collection. I have a Tuxedo one, Taxco. That one's almost impossible to find, although some people it is starting to pop up in some stores. Spicy, clean, get a little bit of, look, I have 2 young kids. I have one still in diapers. You get a little bit of that wet wipe vibe to this. And all the mom and dads who are watching this right now will kind of understand what I mean with that. It's not the worst thing. Just has this sort of clean undertone to it along with that spice. But it fades. I'm not thinking of wet wipes the entire time I'm wearing this. I really like it. It's I think for $15 you cannot miss. And if you find it at your rack store, best part is they're loose. Test it, walk around the store, but don't wait too long, because people are leaving these behind, not picking them up, regretting it, going back the next day, and they're gone. And I understand why, because these are good. Deal from Man, Stardom. As always, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what your weekly rotation was. Always love hearing what you guys are wearing. Of course, if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Go enter the contest for Stardom. I appreciate it. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.